Hey, good morning, my friends. It is John Edelson. It is time for the 5:30 drive live from my cluttered garage. Today is Veterans Day, Monday, November 12th. It's a special day for me. I got to reflect about a lot of family and friends. And what does Veterans Day mean to you? To me, it's a day of honor, to honor the people that have sacrificed and worked hard and tried to protect me and my country and keep giving us our rights. It's a great day. I think we should respect veterans and cherish veterans every single day, but today especially because it's Veterans Day, obviously. Who do you think of when you think of Veterans Day? I think of a few people. The first vet I ever met was my grandfather, my Grandpa Mo. He was on a destroyer in World War II and was a cook on the ship. I also think of my cousin Danny, who's been, I think he's still in. He's been in for like 35 years. He was in Afghanistan. He's been overseas a lot fighting. I also think of some friends I've lost. I lost my really close friend and wrestling partner in high school, Derek Moore. I lost Bob Seawick, another high school friend. That's hard. It's hard losing friends in there. I also had some more friends that are still serving. Brad Bartelt was my best friend growing up. He's been in the Marines for 30 years, over 30 years. And I appreciate Brad Bartelt. Now, everybody, good morning, Mom. Everybody tells vets how much they appreciate it. Most people do. Say, hey, thank you so much for your service. Thank you for service. And they hear that, and that's great, and that's awesome. I don't want to downplay that, but there's a lot of things you can do that go above and beyond that as well. I don't know if you realize, but when people start out in the military, their salary is less than $20,000 a year. That's well below poverty. We have it hits here home a little bit because we have a base right next to us here. We're right next to Camp Pendleton. And we see a lot of people come up here and looking for places to rent, and geez, we can't afford anything more than about $1,500 a month. That doesn't even get a studio here, and that's what their full pay is. So it's a little bit crazy to try to live in South Orange County and go to Camp Pendleton. So there's a lot of things we can do to help them out. I'm going to go through a list of a few things right now. One is write a check. That's the easiest way to do it. You can either write it to Wounded Warriors. 100% of that money goes into right to the Wounded Warriors. There's also one called PenFed, which is the Pentagon Federal Credit Union. That's a great fund because it is 100% goes in. There's no admin fees. There's no nothing. Everything that you donate goes directly to help military families, which is awesome. Another good way is to donate frequent flyer miles. A little less pain on that. There's a website called the Hero Miles Program, which is great to donate your frequent flyer miles so people can travel to their families. Things I like to do is offer expertise. Give whatever you're good at. Offer your expertise. Donate your time to help them out. For example, I'll do seminars to help vets buy homes. For the all their programs they have. It's awesome. Also, hire vet speakers for events. If you do events, corporate events, hire some vet speakers. We had David Goggins speak at our last Tom Ferry seminar, and he was incredible. I mean, like life-changing stuff. Try to hire a vet. Look around. There's places you can find online that tells you how to hire a vet and where to find the vets to be hired. You can also hire the spouse of a vet, do childcare, work from home, anything you can do to help them out that way. There's also a thing called a coalition for vet-owned businesses, where veterans own the business, where you can go on the coalition. You can find businesses in your area that are owned by vets and support them. I got a quick story also. Those are just like 6 or 7 things you can do to help vets out. I'm not a Starbucks fan by any means. I think they're kind of pushing sugar on us, but that's a different story. But here's what happened. When I was at the airport, and I think it was Orlando. I just started my new job, and I was opening a restaurant in Orlando. And these 4 vets step off the plane, and they look exhausted. They're in their camouflage, and this was right after 9/11. They're carrying their bags, and they look like they haven't slept in days. The guy next to me, who had the Marines hat on, stand up and started clapping. I stood up, started clapping. The whole place clapped the whole time they walked by. I got really choked up about that. About an hour later, after I got my luggage, I was downstairs in the airport, and I saw the guys. I was in line for Starbucks, which I don't really like Starbucks, and they're behind me. And I told the cashier, I said, those 4 guys, whatever they get, make sure to put it on my card. I want to pay for their lunch or their coffee, whatever they get. So she goes, no problem. So I gave her my card, and I sat down, and I was drinking my coffee, and I said, don't tell them it was me. No problem. and she got a little teared up. And then she left the line and came back. And then the guys went through the line about 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later. She came back over. Actually, the manager came back over, handed me my card, and said, do I need to sign anything? I said, do I need to sign anything? She goes, no, I'm not going to let you pay or them pay. Since you went out of your way to help those guys out, we're taking care of yours as well. And that was like another thing I got teared up a little bit. So it makes a big difference to appreciate these people and give back, because they've given us a lot. Like I said, they start off paid at poverty level, below $20,000. So help out a vet today. Tell a vet thank you. Give a vet a hug. Do whatever you can. Also, my stepfather, Ray Hanesian, he's also a vet, and I appreciate him very much. So, good morning, Mom. Everybody have a wonderful day. Not much people watching today, but it is a holiday morning at 5:30. I love you guys. Have an awesome day. You're awesome. Hug a vet. Bye.